Hello everyone. In the last class, we have discussed about the concept of arrays. I discussed about what is an array and how we need to deal with the concept of arrays. Let us try to proceed with the things. In Java, I said arrays are used to hold similar data type elements. What is the necessity of array and everything I said, even I said the syntax of working with arrays concept, that is how do we create single dimensional array, multi-dimensional array and all. So let us try to remind it. That is what your data type with the single subscript with the new int of whatever the size of array which we are giving, that I am going to do it now. Right? This is size is 5. The size of arrays I have given it as 5 now. Now my point is, sir, on the array which we have created, I want to find the length of this array dynamically, because the value of n whatever I have given, I don't want to take it as static. It should be dynamic. So n variable I will take. Again, I don't want to use that n variable in my program, because as a parameter, we so many times as a parameter we send an array as an parameter, right? At that time we will not send the length, we will just pass the array reference variable. So in that kind of applications, we always required to find the length of array dynamically. So Java provides a method property called as length property to find the length of array dynamically. Length of array dynamically. I'll show you in a program how do we work with this length method and all. Sir, what is the by default value of array of 0 when it is created? If it is integer, it is again a 0. Array of 1 is also 0. I said you always array starts with 0's index position. So it starts with 0 and goes up to 4. 0 to 4 elements means total 5 elements. So what I want to do is, first I'll try to show you this program. First I'll create an array. I'll show you the length property, how length property works. Then by default values I'll work. Then I'll try to store the values onto this array, whatever we have created. I'll try to give an input to each and every element in an array. Then later we can do many operations on it. As you know that we can do searching, we can do sorting, we can do some of all the elements. I'll try to do 1 or 2 operations. Rest of the operations you try to do from your end. Okay. So let us try to start with the code, sir. How do I read an element from the keyboard? As all of you know that, again, we have an input method called as scanner. Scan is equals to new scanner of system.in. By using this class, we always read an input variables from the keyboard. Then this method provides so many methods. This class provides so many non-static methods. To read an integer from the keyboard, we always use nextInt. To read and read, that's what string from the keyboard, we have next and nextMile methods. To read float, we have nextFloat and all. So this is what the today's task is. I want to create an array, single dimensional array, with array size as 5. Then I want to find the length of array by using length property. Then want to know what is the by default value of arrays when an array is created. I have not given any values. Let us try to check it out. It is what is array of 0 and what is array of 1. And the length I said it goes from 0 to 4. Then definitely you know that whenever I say 0 to 4, the same set of statements are repeating for n number of times. Now in this case, I always use the concept of loops, right? Always use the concept of loops. Either use while, do while, or whatever it is. So scanner is a class which we always use to read an input from the keyboard. So let us try to start with my Eclipse. Already I have created a package called as array. I'll just show you how to create a package. Just click on new Java project. Once you click on Java project, you give the name of the project as array demo 1. Just finish it off. Okay. It is asking you whether a model has to be created or not. Then the package is created now for us, right? This is array demo 1. Right click on array demo 1, go to new. We required a class now. So class is required for single dimensional array, so that I'll make this as single dimensional array demo 1. This is the name of the array I'm giving. You can make it as public. As all of you know that if the access modifier for the class is public, then mandate to take class name as file name. I don't need to do anything. Every task will be done by the ID itself. Okay. Sir, do you want a main method for the application? Just click on it. Public static void main string arrays. This is your main method. This is your class name, and this is your package name. Okay. On this package called as array demo 1 /src, your class is created. with a public access modifier, which always have a public static void main string args. Let us try to finish it off. So working with IDE is to the one who is good into coding. So fine, I have started with the code. I didn't do anything much onto it. Okay, it is saying to do automated generated method stuff. This is the method which is created. I said when I took it as a public, then it is single dimensional array demo1. You can check it out. It's always saved with the file name as single dimensional array demo1.java. So public static void main string args, I said first and foremost, create a scanner class to read an input from the keyboard saying that scanner scan is equal to new scanner of system.in. I said this is a method which I need to use to read an input from the keyboard. So I have written scanner scan is equal to new scanner of system.in. Okay, and the scanner class is available in a package called as scanner class. So I'll just import it so that I'll write import java.util.scanner class. Am I right? Because I'm using a scanner class and my scanner class is available in util package. So I'm just including that package onto application, just importing that package onto application. Import java.util.scanner so that the error message has gone. Previously, it is giving an yellow red color whenever we have not imported a java.util.scanner class. Now that has gone. Now let us try to create an array. That's what I said. I'll just create the same example which I have said you to create. Integer a is equal to new int of 5. Now I know the length which I have given a static input as 5, but I don't want it to do with that. I'll just write a.length property. Fine. I'll write system.out.println. In this, I'll write length of array is, I'll just write plus of n, because on a n variable our length has stored. Now I said you to print the value of a of 0. Let us try to know once the array is created initially, what will be the by default values of a of 0 and a of 1, and goes up to a of 4. It is not only 1 and 2, it goes on up to system.out.println of a of 2. At the same time, let me try to go with system.out.println of a of 3. Fine. Then let us try to go with system.out.println of a of 4. All the elements I'm printing. Fine. This is what my application is. Very simple application. I didn't make it as complex. I have created an array, and this is the syntax for creating an array. And I said scanner class. I will go with this scanner class later in this application. Still, I'm not using scanner class. That is fine for me. Okay. Now I'm not using the scanner class. I'm not using the scanner class. When I'm not using the scanner class, 1 minute, there is an error in this. Okay, fine. I'm not using any scanner class in this application because I'm not reading anything. Okay. As I'm not using it, just let me try to comment it. There is no problem for me because just I have created a basic application on which I want to print the length of array from 0 to 4. Let us try to print the values. If I'm printing the application, when I'm running the application, it is trying to print something like this. You just check it out. Length of the array is 5. Length of the array is 5. By using a length property, I'm finding the length of the array. A of 0, by default value, I said 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, right? I hope it is clear for you. Okay. Sir, can you print array of 5 also? Let us try to check it out. If I print array of 5, what will happen? System.out.println of a of 5. So when that index position which you are asking me to print, is this index position is not there in an array, because array index starts with 0 and goes up to 4. You say print the index position 6th. 6th index position is not created by a programmer. Then what will be the output for an application? Is it 0 or something else? You just check it out. Up to 5 it is printing. Whenever I'm trying to print array of 5, it is giving an exception called as java.lang.arrayIndex out of bound exception. Okay, when array index out of bound exception will generate, whenever you are trying to read some value, if it is not there in a memory location, then always it generates a java.lang.arrayIndex out of bound exception. Hope you understood when that array index out of bound exception will occur. It is very important to know that Whenever we are writing a code, we should know that what kind of exceptions are raised by that particular application, so that it will give an easy solution for you to understand why that error message is coming. Okay, now I'll activate my scanner class. Now I'll try to print a customized message to the user saying that I'll continue the same application, saying that system.out.println of enter the values of array. Just I said to print the value of array, right? Sir, how should I print now? I'll just take a for loop. I'll say that integer I is equals to 0 as it starts with 0. I less than or equal to 5, I plus plus. Now what I'll do is I'll just say a of I is equals to scan dot next int. Okay, just I'm printing just by using next int method. I'm reading each and every element and storing onto a of 0. First time I'm reading, I'm storing onto a of 0. Next time I'm reading, I'm storing onto a of 1. Next time I'm reading, I'm storing onto a of 2. Next time I'm reading, I'm storing onto a of 3. Then next time I'm reading, I'm storing onto a of 4. You know that how my for loop executes. 0 less than 5 is 2, enter into block, read and store onto a of 0. I plus plus I becomes 1. A array of 1 scan dot next int. I becomes 2, store the value. I becomes 3, store the value. I becomes 4, store the value. I becomes 5. 5 less than 5 is false, so that it comes out of the loop. Fine. So after printing everything, I want to print the array elements now. Whatever the array elements which we have entered by using the scanner class, let me try to print it. System.out.println array elements are. Let us try to print it. I'll just print in this way by using a for loop again. For integer I is equals to 0. Sir, why you are taking twice? Because I made that as a local variable. That's the reason I'm writing it twice. I plus plus. Fine. Now again, let us try to print the value. System.out.println of I can just print a of I, so that it will print all the elements which we have entered from the keyboard. Okay, this is my application. Fine. Yeah. This is my application where it says that first is take a scanner class, read the scanner class, and this is what the by default values which I'm getting. Sir, instead of using the 5, I'll use it as n, because you know what is the length of array which we have. Already we have found the length of array by using a dot length property. I can just write it here as property of arrays class. Properties of arrays class. Property of array class to read what length. It is a property of arrays class to read the length of array dynamically. Okay. So by using scanner class, I'm reading by using scan.nextInt, and again I'm printing the elements. Okay, let us try to execute the code and just check it out. What will be the output for an application? See, length of the array is 5. Already we have discussed 0, 0, 0, 0, 5 times it is asked. It says. Now it is saying me to enter the value of A and B. 10, 20, 30, 10, and 40. I have given these elements. Let us try to check it out. What will be the array elements which is displayed by an console? That's what my application. This is what it is going to print. Enter the value of array. I enter 10, 20, 30, 10, 40. In the same way, it is printing 10, 20, 30, 10, and 40. Right? The value which we are entering, the same value which is printed by the application. And this is how we always work with single dimensional array. If someone asks you, sir, can you do sum of array elements? All the array elements, sum I want. Fine. First I said, what were the by default values of these things? Then I said how to read the length of array dynamically. Then I said what will be the by default values of arrays whenever the array is created. Then I said how to insert the values onto array. This is how the values are inserted. Then I said how to display the values of array elements. Then I want now sum of array elements. All the elements sum I want. So I'll write sum is equal to sum plus a of I. Sum is equal to sum plus a of I. Fine. Now system.out.println of control C and control V. Here I'll just print sum of array elements. Sum of array elements is, what is that? Plus of sum. Fine, guys. Now let us try to check it out. Now if I run the application, I just done the changes in this code. That's it. I took one variable on the top, that is integer sum is equals to 0 because local variables must be initialized. Sum equal to sum plus a of I. A of I, whatever the value we have given, that will be stored with the sum. So 0 plus 10 becomes 10. Next times 10 plus 20 becomes 30. Likewise, it operates. Okay. Let us try to execute the code and let us check it out whether my code is working according to the requirement or not. Let us execute the code. When I'm executing the code, it is asking for me to enter the value of A, B, C. I'll give 10, 10, 10, 20, and 30. Now you check it out, 30 plus 20, which is 50. 50 plus 30, it should be 80, and the sum of our elements is 80. This is how my code is going to be work. How we can do sum of our elements, and how we can insert the elements to an array, and how we can display the elements, and how I can do sum of our elements. Okay, hope you are clear with the things, right? No explanation is required for this application. Sir, how this works? I'll just tell you in a brief without drawing a diagram. You try to understand. Let us consider on array of 0 scan dot next int on array of 0. I'll just try to write it over here itself. So first time when it says me to enter, I said a of 0 as 10, a of 1 as again 10. Yes or no? This is what the input values I have given. Then array of 2 as also 10 I have given. Then array of 3 I have given it as 20. Then array of 4 I have given it as 30. This is what the elements I have given. Now enter into block, sum is initially 0. So I'll just try to write it here. First initial sum is 0. Fine. Now sum is equal to sum plus I. 0 plus array of I. Array of 0 is 10. 0 plus 10 is 10 now. First time it is 10. So the previous value of 10 has gone. Sorry, 0 has gone. Now sum becomes 10. Next time loop repeats. I plus plus I becomes 1 now. Sum equal to sum plus I. 10 plus. Now sum is 10 now. 10 plus array of 1 is how much? Array of 1 is 10. 10 plus 10 is 20. 20 will be stored onto sum now. Next time again I plus plus. I becomes 2. Array of 2. Sum equal to sum plus array of 2. 20 plus 10, which is 30 now. Am I right? Again I plus plus. Now I becomes 3. 30 plus array of 3 is 20. 30 plus 20 is 50. Now the value will be stored as 50. I plus plus array of 4. I is 4. So array of 4. Sum equal to sum plus array of 4. Is it 30? 50 plus 30 becomes what? 80. Right? I plus plus I becomes 5. 5 less than or equal to 5 is false. So that is comes out of the loop by printing the sum of our elements with the variable called as sum. So on to sum, we have stored the value as what? 80. So this is how we can find the sum of our elements. At the same time, we can insert the values and store the values onto it. Hope you have understood the concept of working with arrays, how to read, how to store, all the things. Thank you. If any queries, you can contact me anytime. Thank you.